We ought to remember that Uganda is urbanizing at a rate higher than 7%. And we all know that as long as there's urbanization increasing, consumption of foods like rice, potatoes, these foods that are easier to cook and faster to cook with, and they are easily accessible, also grows. And all those Ugandans will be needing food, including rice. Where is that food going to come from? That's the big question.
CARI EA, as we abbreviated it, stands for Competitive Africa Rice Initiative in East Africa.
The term competitiveness means having a better advantage than any other player in the market.
The overarching objective of CARI was to make the rice value chain, right from production all the way through distribution and marketing, competitive in order to reverse the importation of rice offshore, where the region spends close to $400 million annually on rice imports.
The program was to actually do import substitution. Can we save some of these millions of dollars that are going to the pockets of farmers and other value chain actors in Asia and provide this amount of funding to our own East African, locally homegrown citizens?
Diners Group was adopted this program because it was in line with our strategic plans. We had challenges as a rice miller. We were receiving low volumes of paddy at our processing facility. We were selling low volumes of rice. We also faced challenges of market penetration. We also had issues with quality management at the mill. So this program was designed to address all the challenges across the entire value chain. We were attracted because we felt it is an ideal platform to improve our performance and also business growth.
Rice in East Africa is becoming a highly consumed food, and that means that there are a number of farming communities getting involved in its production. For instance, in Uganda, I think close to 100,000 farming households are engaged in rice production. And when they get good yields, that means better incomes for these households. But how do they get the good yields? They should be using seed, they should be using fertilizer, they should be knowing how to manage water, apply it, drain it, and they should have where to sell this rice while managing all the transaction costs involved in marketing of rice. And by that, they are able to do that, then their incomes increase and hopefully their livelihoods are better.
Diners Group Limited was established in 2013 as a sole proprietorship by myself, Mohamed Sekatawa, and it was later incorporated under the laws of Uganda as a private limited company on 20th February 2014. The company core business is rice milling, packaging, and distribution. We operate a 30 tons per day rice mill that does destoning, milling, polishing, grading, and packaging of rice under the Diners Rice brand. We have been able to increase our processing capacity from 850 metric tons of milled rice to 2,011 metric tons of rice currently. We have expanded our market boundaries The company is now exporting rice to the Democratic Republic of Congo through the Bunia border. We have recruited 23 village agents whom we are supporting with building their capacities in extension and also provide onward services to the smallholder farmers.
The machine you see him using, it is a hydrotiller machine which does paddling for the farmers. Actually, paddling is softening farmers' gardens to be ready for transplanting their rice. Currently, for the farmers I work for, when they use the machine, they get like 1.4 tons of rice, milled rice, from 1 acre. Yet, those ones who are using manual labor, they are getting like 0.8 tons from 1 acre. So when you compare, somebody who has used the machine is getting more 400 kilograms compared to somebody who has used the manual labor.
In terms of models, we employed what we call the consortium approach to value chain development. And the idea is you develop local operational consortia led by private sector companies that are willing and ready to invest in the rice value chain.
In this consortium, we became one and looked at the farmers' challenges wholesomely. For instance, if the farmer didn't have inputs, who sells the inputs? So we're working with Grain Pulse and Yara. Who is going to distribute? We worked with Acorion. Acorion has a digitized system. It knows where the farmers are. The farmers download the app on the phone and they're able to place an order. Acorion in turn places an order to our partners, and then they're able to deliver the inputs to the farmer. And this has greatly improved how the farmers do business and their productivity and their income.
Manafa Benson Rice Farmers Cooperative. It is a cooperative that deals in rice. We grow rice as a cooperative and we collect it together to the cooperative and we sell as a group. The cooperative has gained through upland millers, through trainings. It has trained farmers in agronomic practices. It has trained farmers in post-harvesting. It has trained farmers in rice as a business, growing rice as a business, and then marketing. And then the other thing, it has also enabled us to access mapping or profiling of farmers through Easy Agric.
Easy Agric is a company which is trying to digitalize agriculture through providing genuine, affordable inputs to farmers. We'll deal with farmer groups and individual farmers whom we refer to as smartphone farmers. Through our platform, a farmer can get a variety of services. One is to order for genuine, affordable inputs because our prices are really friendly. We have services. We connect farmers to services like farmer trainings. So what we do, we connect the farmer to the service provider. We are also providing market to farmers, especially those who are doing cereals. Cereals, grains, and pulses.
Ever since we started with upland, at least I've seen a better yield in that. Before, we'd just plant, we call it soccer. But ever since upland came in, it trained us and we are able to put it in lines. So when I plant my rice in lines and I've mapped it very well, I know that the quantity of fertilizer that goes through my garden, so I apply it, and I'm able to follow what rice really needs. So I'm able to have a better harvest, which has helped me really. Because there are some people who didn't have that training, but you find that in an acre, they are getting like 10 bags of rice. But when you come to me, I'm harvesting 27, 30 bags of rice in an acre, which is a benefit to me as a farmer.
In the past, we only had 3,000 farmers. Currently, we are proud partners with 10,310 farmers who grow rice, maize, and other crops that we're able to vacuum and sell on. We used to do about 6,000 metric tons of paddy. Last year, we did 11,000 metric tons of rice. So we have more revenue. We are able to meet the demands of our buyers. We are also able to satisfy our farmers because they are getting more.
By reversing imports of rice, this would mean that this money becomes income to that local farmer who grows this rice. This becomes income to that agro dealer who supplies seed and fertilizer and chemicals used in the production of rice. This also means that the byproducts of processing can be utilized as fuel in other industries. This also means that the processor of rice can earn from the volumes they process. So by us making our rice value chains as competitive as possible, it means we are retaining value, we are creating employment opportunities, mostly for the youth and the women, and we are then able to utilize our meager forex on things that we have a less comparative advantage on.
I want to commend CARI, East Africa, and Crimo Trust for coming up to address some of the challenges within rice that the East African partner states are facing. For example, addressing productivity, competitiveness, that's the quality of the rice that goes on the market, and national policies, but also addressing the resilience issues to do with mitigation of the climate change, which negates rice production, plus even increase the profitability. So I thank Crimo Trust for their facilitation.